All right, 304s, they're going to drain you out. And this is going to be on an energetic level. And because your emotions are going to be tied to it, you're maybe spiritually going to be tied to it, all the bonds, or, on a, let's say, on a non-physical level, you're going to find yourself in that entanglement, as Jada said, right, when she was dealing with August. So what happens with 304s, they get in your head. And when I say get in your head, you want to think about this. She looks good, firstly. So I already explained, she knows her appearance looks good and all that. When you see her and you actually fall for the lust, she's going to use that to her advantage. Most often, women are understanding how good they look, how much easier that they can get men, and also how much that you guys basically can give attention to them, and their ego gets going up. It goes up, literally, right? It could just take a woman walking down the street and thinking that, okay, I know I'm that girl, or I know I'm that woman, and I can do this and that with men. So what happens afterwards, what she does when she's a 304, she looks at you as like whatever that winning thing could be. So that means like, okay, he's a genuine good guy, I can take him serious. So she'll do that. Then basically when like a guy that got the money going on, or has more money than you, or a guy that's like having his ish really really together more than you comes around, you kind of, or let me say big kind of, or really just straight up, you get put to the back burner. So unfortunately with 304s, they always have a placeholder, and this is what happens when she ends up building up her roster, because basically as she comes across more and more men that are more and more potential more than the other men, then the rotation goes into place to add the new one, the new best one. Now don't get me wrong, not every 304, not every HO can really get the guys that they want, but unfortunately there is way too many men out there that actually are okay with the 304, or okay with just a woman that acts that way. And remember, 304s can be out all night grinding up on different guys, getting them to spend all this money and leading them on, right? Not to say like a woman can't go out and have fun and stuff like that, but the idea behind all of it is that they're using, manipulating, making you kind of just be controlled under what she says and what she makes you think is the truth. So again, the intentions are completely different than what a man is thinking is going on. Other things too is that it revolves a lot around attention. So let's say if you don't give her attention and she's supposed to be like loyal to you and stuff like that, guess what's gonna happen? She's gonna go ahead and choose the next guy, because her being a HO, she doesn't care to stay loyal to you. And I'm just saying, like, let's say you're a busy guy, right? Maybe you got to be busy because you're grinding, you're locked in, or maybe, you got a high maintenance girl, and this high maintenance girl says, if you can't spend this, or if you can't do this, I'll just get another guy. Or you just want to be the guy to be doing that, or you feel like that's the right thing to do, whatever. She unfortunately is not going to hold it down most times when she's a 304. She can literally be out having a girl's night or out eating with her girl, and this good looking man comes up to her, and he could be honestly driving a nice car or not. Obviously having like materialistic and superficial things that help a man can actually help a man. And obviously I always talk about having game, right? Like some of these guys out here, sometimes they don't even care if the 304 got a man. They're ready to snatch her up, and sometimes they look at her as a HO, so they don't really care because they have their own purpose and agenda behind it. That's one aspect. But back to what I was saying, basically every loyalty that she owes to you goes out the window. She might even pull the I wasn't flirting with him, I was just friendly, I'm very nice. Don't get me wrong, again, like some girls, they are genuine and they got to work on like home training, as some might say, and how to be a better girl and stop like being for all these guys sort of stuff. They're working on it, they got to work on it, etc. But there's 304s that straight up are like, this is how I am, get with it or get lost, or I don't care, like I'm like this. Yeah, I'm gonna use him. Yeah, I'm gonna use his money. Yeah, I'm gonna spend it. Yeah, I'm gonna play him. Yeah, I'm gonna give it up or give him some of this and make him fall in love, and then get him all like mind gamed over. And when I say mind gamed over, back to what I originally said in the beginning of the video, you're so consumed by her, your feelings are attached, you're so invested that it's a trap. You can't get out of it. And think about traps. Like 304s love to thirst trap men so much, and this is down to like a lot of times photos, but also a lot of times like things that she'll say like she can do for you, and things that she puts out there to say that she can do. So for instance, a lot of times some 304s might be like yeah, I'm such a wifey material and I can do all these things that wifey do, right? But yet her reputation, her stories, her lifestyle gives the complete opposite, you know. And I'll basically break this down more in a second, but don't forget, if you want to like book a consultation or find out like if the girl you're dealing with is a 304, you know your girl got you. We're going to go down to the bottom of figuring it out. And sometimes it's not hard to tell if she's a 304, but if you really want to figure out what the girl that you like, you're with, all that stuff, definitely book a consultation. Remember, consultations are about anything as well, so it doesn't have to be about just AHO. It could be, you know, things that you're really going through and you want strategies, you want a game plan, and you really want to execute getting the results that you want. I've been working with people for over 5 years now. Some of them are the same people that are dating different people, or I'm working with them in different areas of their life, whether it's holding them accountable or support, or again having a game plan, strategic ways that's going to work for their exact situation. So check out the links down below, and there's so many deals going on with all of my other products that I have that are either dropped or going to be dropped. Just check it out and see what can help you. And don't forget, Patreon, you join for free and you get exclusive content. You get so much other stuff on there that you will not get on here. So all those links are there for y'all. Now back to what I was saying, to break down basically when it comes down to like HO, that you are gonna get like basically tricked, mind games like over your head or over in your mind sort of thing. Basically, like I said, if your emotions are tied to it, what she's gonna constantly do is like feed you. And when I say feed you, is feeding like that emotion, that portal that you have open for the 304. So most times she's so aware of what she's doing with men, and unfortunately so many men are so easy to just fall in love for her physical appearance and her being cute, maybe sending you a little cute picture, or maybe like what else can she be doing? She can maybe, you know, like show you a little love or tell you like, yeah, you know, I'm ready for someone like you, or oh, you are so my type. Meanwhile, she's just probably not even getting like a message back from the guy that she actually wants, and then the second that he reaches out, she's out of here. So she's here for a fun time, right? Literally like a fun time, most times not a long time, or most times in and out. And in and out is like she knows when to be back in your life. Now the other part of breaking this down is just, you got to understand that like when she's like presenting herself a certain way and like she lives a certain lifestyle. So like if you think about like music out there that talk about like, you know, F these guys and guys are like this, or you know, do this to him, that are not good things, and basically like breaking his heart sort of thing, a lot of 304s are down for it. So they're not looking out for you at all, and they're not looking to settle down, not looking to be wiped up for real. And they love the attention basically more than they love you, and love anything like you, or doesn't even like you in general, might not even like men. You know, sometimes some women really do not like men as well. So I'm gonna leave this at this, but be on the lookout for the other versions I'll talk more maybe about like, hey, if she is not texting you, those are the other versions that I've been seeing people like kind of mention about, like texting in a relationship or stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. I'll drop it. Love y'all. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and don't forget to check out the links down below. Bye y'all.